está aqui com o Steve Vai, que é considerado talvez o maior guitarrista do mundo. Ele está aqui no Brasil para dar uma série de workshops. Hi, Steve. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thank you for your time. And I'll start with, you have such a unique talent on guitar and composing. It's not like 1 in a million. It's like 1 in a billion, because I can put 6 other guitar players or composers like you today. When did you realize you had such a talent to compose and on guitar?
Well, I mean, there was never a point where I just thought, wow, I can do this, because I always just did it. It was the one thing that was always kind of natural to me.
Since the beginning?
Since the beginning.
Really? At 13 you began?
Well, even before that, I remember when I was about 5 years old.
Really?
That's when I first discovered music. I went to a piano, and I didn't even know what a piano was. And I hit a note, and I noticed that to the right the notes go higher, and to the left they go lower. And I immediately understood music. It just, all the connections, it was like it was always there, but it just needed something to just kick it.
Okay.
And as soon as I just lit up, and I just knew instantly, even then, the infinite nature of creating music. And I didn't have any influences at the time, but I just knew. And this kind of knowing is not unique to me. We all have, if you think back to when your earliest memories, there's things that all of a sudden you just knew.
Just click.
Yeah, they just, yeah. And for me it was music. It wasn't really anything else, because I'm not very good at anything else. And there was never a choice. Like, I never came to a point in my life where I said, well, I can either do this or I can do that. It was always just, I like music. I love the feeling of creating music. It just seems infinite. You could do this, and you can do that, and you can do that. And I would hear everybody else, and I'd think, oh, that's what they're doing. That's beautiful. What can I do?
Yeah, there was never a B plan for that.
No, there was never a B plan. I'm lucky that it all worked out so well. I mean, but it was going to work out well anyway, even if I was a music teacher in a high school, which I thought that's what I would do. When I was in high school, I thought I'll be a music teacher in a high school, because my music teacher was one of my biggest heroes and one of my most influential people in my life. So I thought, if I could do for others what this guy has done for me, I would be doing really well.
Yeah, that's an awesome story. And that's another great story about how you started playing professionally. You transcribed some Frank Zappa songs and sent to him. Is that true, or is it like a rock legend?
No, that's exactly what happened.
You remember how did that happen?
Yeah, I was 18, and I sent Frank a transcription of his song, The Black Page. And I also sent him some Edgar Varese scores from the Boston Public Library. And I also sent him a tape of my band. So he was impressed enough with the transcription to hire me as a transcriptionist. And he was impressed enough with the tape to want to audition me for the band, but I was too young. So when I was 20, I moved out to California and auditioned for the band and got the gig.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah, it was really great.
His name is Steve Guy, and he's a crazy guy.
Yes.
Is that a true story as well? Laurel spanking?
Well, it's funny, because when you're around Frank, you want to do things that make him laugh, and you want to just get into mischief so you can tell him so that he would have a laugh. So now, I was very young. I was 20. It was my first time on tour, and there was all sorts of things going on that I didn't realize went on. And that story is based on sort of a true event. It's not like Frank depicted it. I'm not a sexual deviant or anything like that. It was like just fun.
Okay.
It was just fun. And you tell Frank about it, and he just puts it all in a song.
And you played after playing with Frank. You played with Dave Lee Roth. Must have great stories with both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite story from these years?
Well, there's a lot of. You mean from the David Lee Roth stuff?
Yeah,
I
Dave
mean,
Lee Roth or
Frank,
Frank Zappa.
it's hard to it's hard to say. I mean, just anything that Frank said was entertaining. He was
Yeah.
just so funny and so brilliant and so witty, and just watching him do anything was like marvelous. And Dave Roth, I mean, that was such a great experience. Being a rock star in the '80s in Dave Roth's band, come on.
In a super group with Billy Sheehan. Yeah.
You could wear all the craziest clothes you wanted. We played our asses off, you know. You can run around as fast and as hard as you can on the stage. It was just a great time. I'm so glad I was able to do it. And Dave was an incredible mentor because he was one of the biggest rock stars at the time.
And after that, you joined Whitesnake.
Mhm.
But since the 90s, I mean, you could pick any band in the world to play with, but you decide to follow a solo career.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Have you ever heard any of my music?
Yeah, sure.
That's why.
Okay, that's a great answer. And we know all these great guitar heroes like Hendrix. He's known by its feeling. Like Malmsteen, it's known by his fastness, and Satriani is known by its technique. What would you say your personality on guitar, like all these guys?
I would say that maybe I'm known for my quirkiness.
Quirkiness, yeah.
Quirky.
Okay.
It's just like, well, maybe you'd have to ask people, and they would tell you, and you might get different answers. Some might say for the melodies, some might say for the complexities. Some, not all my music is complex. Some might say for the innovative technique, because there's some things that I've done that can be considered by some people innovative. But for me, if I had to put my finger on it, I would say that whenever I play something, I usually know the thing that I'm doing that I think people respond to. The people that, we're talking a very small sector of the entertainment business, but there is an audience and that loves the guitar, and the ones that respond to the thing that I do, I think it's the quirkiness, the bold quirkiness, because I'm not afraid. It's not that I'm not afraid, I don't have a choice, You cut off your potential. What do you want to go through life not being not finding something in you? Everybody has uniqueness. Everybody's unique, but finding it and having the courage or just having it come out is sometimes missed. And I think to some degree I found that, and it's sort of like a I would say it's a melodic, harmonic, adventurous quirkiness.
I ask that because when we listen your music and when we see you playing, it seems like you can translate everything you think to the guitar. You have any weak point on your guitar skills?
Well, you need to kind of define what weak is, because if you say, are you a great blues player or a great jazz player or a great classical player? No. They might be considered weaknesses, but I don't pay any attention to them. As far as I don't pay attention to my weaknesses. I focus on my strengths, and my strengths are discovering more my quirky nature, and within that process there are weaknesses that I focus on.
Okay.
But they go in a direction that always serve my unique potential. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. And if I can relay that point to people, that's the best message I can give them. Not about me, but about them, because everybody can do that.
You talk about being a great blues player. You are a great blues player. We've seen you at Crossroads, and you became huge in Brazil because of that. Not only because of that, you have good memories from taping the movie Crossroads.
Yeah, yeah. And when I say I'm not a great blues player, I'm not a traditional blues player.
I was just kidding with
Yeah.
you because just
Yeah, I
to
don't.
formulate
Anything
the next
traditional
question.
makes me want to. If I like good traditional music, but I don't want to play it. But the Crossroads experience was a lot of fun. I got to work with Ry Cooder, and he's just brilliant. He's so crazy, in a very quirky way.
Very cool.
But he's unbelievably talented, and it was a great opportunity to kind of read a script and then translate that into music, because that's really what I did. Was I read the script and then I kind of translated into music.
And you have two foundations. You have Make a Noise Foundation and Little Kids Rock. Would you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, Little Kids Rock is not. I contribute to it, but it's not mine. The Make a Noise Foundation is.
Is yours?
Yeah, and that was something that myself and my manager Ruta Sapetti started years ago, because it kind of started kind of odd. I buy a lot of equipment. I mean, it's been one thing I've done a lot through the years,
Huh.
but I get a lot for free too,
Okay.
because companies like to give me stuff to try out, and then I say, oh well, da 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 da, and that has a value to them. But then I end up eventually, and I'll use the gear, but then I end up with all this equipment that I don't like to keep stuff. I don't like to own a lot of stuff. I like to be free of stuff, you know? So what do? Sell it? I couldn't sell it because I got it for free, and they didn't want it back. So I thought, let me sell it and put the money in this organization that I can then give back to, you know. So it worked out incredibly well. I mean, I've raised through the years hundreds of thousands of dollars that have gone into my nonprofit. It's called Make a Noise Foundation. Now, we don't have anybody running it, basically. The money that I sell gear, I put in it. If I sell clothes or something, or people make donations, or sometimes I'll do certain things for it. And then it just these lovely opportunities come up to where I can give money for a scholarship. And I give to various music causes, but also, you know, there's a couple of different things that I give to Exploited Children's Foundation and stuff like that. You know, we give to that. And it feels really nice. It's really good. And anybody can do it. It's not how much you give. You can even just give your good vibrations. And that says a lot. That's very valuable. You know.
I totally agree with that. And is it true that you're a beekeeper?
Yeah.
How's that?
Oh, it's a great hobby.
It's just a hobby, or you produce honey or something?
Oh my God, we get so much honey.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it started out years ago. My wife and I bought a property we have two children, and it was vacant for 10 years, so everything was dead. So I wanted fruit trees, and she wanted gardens, and I just did a little research, and I discovered that honeybees are an incredible way to pollinate, and they're really easy to keep. Anybody can keep. You can keep them if you have an apartment and you just have a balcony, you know. And they're incredible creatures, you know. I know way too much about bees, and they're just beautiful. They're just so. They're surprising and delightful. And when I go into the hive, you don't go. I can do once every few months. The bees do all the work, you know. But you go and you help, you know, maybe if there's a disease or something, or you add boxes so they can make more honey, which then makes them bigger, and which is good for the environment and good for them. And it's an easy hobby, and I highly recommend it, especially now. Even the government in America is encouraging people to do this because the bee population is in such
Decreasing,
a downfall,
yeah.
and we really need them. And when I'm with the bees, they're completely connected with nature, because they are nature. I mean, we're all nature, but when you're with the bees, you're not in your head. You're really in nature, and there's this understanding that you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I got it.
they communicate by odors, so they get to know you, and then you can do you can do anything with them. And you know how you keep the bees from stinging you?
How?
You love them.
That's a great story. And we'd like to broadcast as well this interview at the radio, and we have two questions, classic questions there. The first one is, imagine yourself is listening to your iPod, your MP3 player, and all of a sudden a song starts that makes you lose your mind completely. You need to start headbanging regardless where you are.
Oh.
What song would that be so we can listen to it right now?
Well, when I was growing up, there was one band that when the music came on, it gripped me, and I would go into like a trance, and that was Led Zeppelin.
Really?
And especially the two songs, one is Heartbreaker, and the other is Black Dog.
Heartbreaker, you decide to be a guitar player with
Yeah.
Heartbreaker, is that
Yeah,
true?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
When I
awesome.
heard it, it's just so mean, so badass. And Black Dog, as soon as I hear, how it starts, dun, 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 dun. I go into a trance. It's kind of like I'm 16 years old, 15 years old again, and I'm at a party and just having a blast. But as you go through life, things change. I think now my favorite artist, I would say, is Tom Waits.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits. I never go any place without everything he's ever recorded. And there's some of his songs that I can't listen to in public because I just start uncontrollably weeping.
Really?
Yeah, man. It just goes right there. It's just something about his voice, his music. He's so connected.
And so unique, right? His voice. And
Unique. He's
yeah.
I think one of the greatest American artists because he captures an intention and he makes you feel it if you're connected with it.
Great. And would you choose a song from your own that you are really proud of composing of your career?
As far as composition, there's a piece on Sound Theories, which is an orchestra record. It's called Helios and Vesta, and that puts me in a deep trance when I listen to it. Well, there's different songs for different things, but okay, I'll say there's a song called Under It All on Real Illusions, and that trips me out.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you very much.